Flags across Hampton Roads are flying at half-staff today to honor the lives lost in the deadly mass shooting in a Walmart in Chesapeake.
13 News Now is bringing you live team coverage of the country's latest mass shooting happening right here in Hampton Roads.
Yeah, police are now sharing new information about the suspect and how it all happened. That suspect's name is Andre Bing. Police say he took his own life after shooting and killing 6 other people. Eugene Daniel is following the story live in Chesapeake. Eugene, what's the latest information you can share with us?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set the scene for you here at this Walmart off of Battlefield Boulevard in Chesapeake. If our photojournalist Jason can go in there now, you can see FBI agents are on the scene at this moment checking something around that area now. Investigators are now saying at least 50 people were in the store when an employee began shooting people inside. Now, as of now, we're told a gunman shot and killed 6 people before turning the gun on himself. 7 more people are hurt. 3 of them remained in local hospitals, according to medical staff. Now, Chesapeake police say the shooter is a 31-year-old man who worked as an overnight team leader at this Walmart store. The company said he began working for them in 2010. We're choosing not to say the suspect's name during this report. Now, Mark Zaleski, he's the Chesapeake chief of police, gave a timeline of events. Starting at 10:12 Tuesday night, someone called 911. Then 2 minutes later, officers arrived, and at 10:16, the building. It took about an hour for them to deem the area safe. We're told the officers found the suspect dead. He had a handgun and several magazines. Officers said they found 3 of the victims and the gunman dead in the store's break room. One body was found near the front of the store. Earlier, Chief Zielinski had this to say.
We are truly saddened at the tragedy that took place in our community last night. We are all praying for the family, friends, and co-workers of everyone that's affected by this senseless violence.
Now, right now, investigators are combing through the shooter's background, trying to figure out what could have motivated this attack. As for this store location, we're told it's going to be closed for several days as police comb through evidence and try to get a better picture of this tragedy that has happened just before the holiday. Live in Chesapeake, Eugene Daniel, 13 News Now.
All right, Eugene, thank you. There is a tip line for anyone that can help investigators right now. It's 1-800-CALL-FBI. And hours after the shooting at Walmart, Chesapeake police and the SWAT team searched the home of the suspect, and some people there say they saw police at a home in their neighborhood. Casey Baylor has more.
Big trucks, armored trucks, undercover cars all over the street. Just blocked the whole street off.
That's how Alicia McDuffie described her Chesapeake neighborhood early Wednesday morning. It's the most action McDuffie says she's ever seen on Eva Boulevard.
Just never thought nothing like this.
She says she watched as news broke about the shooting at the Walmart off Battlefield Boulevard. Then she noticed authorities just feet away from her front door. From her home, she watched as investigators began to search another home nearby.
Battering ram. We never heard it. We never, we saw them take it out the truck.
McDuffie says detectives even questioned her and other neighbors asking about the person who lives there. She says a man lives there who moved in just a few years ago. All she knew about him is that he works at Walmart.
We don't know anything about this guy. And like I said, this family's been out here for 40 years. We've been here for 36. This is a real quiet neighborhood.
Then around 12:30 in the afternoon, a unit from the FBI stopped by the home. Several agents could be seen investigating inside. McDuffie says she's a bit shaken up after seeing that heavy police presence, but she's even more frightened to hear about the Walmart, a place she frequents, has now become a crime scene. In Chesapeake, I'm Casey Baylor for 13 News Now.
Well, doctors at Centerra Norfolk General Hospital worked overnight to try to save the lives of the victims. 2 are in critical condition, while 1 is in good condition tonight. Ann Sparacco is live there this evening, and it was certainly a long night for these emergency workers.
Janet, a long night indeed. Trauma care doctors say they received the call late last night about a mass shooting, and they say they immediately put strategies in place to handle a high volume of patients. We're learning of the victims to Centerra Norfolk General Hospital, where they later died. Doctors and nurses are still helping 2 of the people shot, who are currently in critical condition. Centerra leaders say another person is in good condition at this time. Acute care surgeon Dr. Jessica Burgess worked overnight with her team through various surgeries. She called the mass shooting nothing short of a tragedy.
2 days ago that I was contacting one of my colleagues at Colorado Springs, wishing her well and checking in to see how she was doing after she had just taken care of shooting victims. So it's very disheartening that now I'm in the same position with my colleagues from across the country checking in on me and our team. So it is disheartening.
And Dr. Burgess says their work is not done. She says she and her team are still working around the clock to attend to all the victims in need. Reporting live in Norfolk, I'm Ann Sparacco for 13 News Now.
All right, Ann, thank you. And lead doctors at the hospital say they are working with the families of the victims as they cope with this tragedy.
And politicians, both local and national, are offering condolences after last night's tragic shooting. On Twitter, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin calling it a heinous act of violence. You got Senator Tim Kaine saying the shooting is horrific. Prayers to all affected, and my thanks to the brave first responders. You have plenty of comments here. How about this one from actor Jay Farrow? He's actually from Chesapeake, and he says this happened at the neighborhood he grew up in, just down the street from where he lives. He says that his mother was actually at the store. It's a Walmart that they have frequented for years.